What's going on, guys? All right, this is Ryan with Compel. We've got one of our clients, Caleb, with us today. Caleb is going to help me demonstrate one of the most important things that we can be doing. More than working out, healing and being able to actually stretch and let your muscles rest appropriately is going to give you one of the best benefits of all. Because if you break it down, you have to let it heal to actually come back stronger. So we're going to use one of our favorite tools, the foam roller. Now, these little misery makers, you see people wiggling and rolling around on them all the time. What do they really do, right? Basic premise is when you break your muscle tissue down and it heals, it comes back very, very tight. So it will come back in almost a painful knot. Like if you work out and you've got, like, let's say we did chest yesterday, more often than not, you'll have some really tender spots that are giant knots. Same on the outside of your legs or chronic pain in your legs. The foam roller is used to actually break this tissue up and release it and stretch it out a little bit. So we're gonna hit a couple of hot spots today. We're gonna start with our lower body and work our way up. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit calves, okay? So you'll notice he's gonna lay this down and he's gonna stretch himself out across it. Sit down however is comfortable, be careful, it rolls, so seriously. Now, all he's gonna do is he's just gonna lift his body weight up and he's gonna roll back and forth until this rolls across the tender spots of his muscle. Now, if you're rolling your calves out, this one's a little bit more tricky just because it's further away from your body. It's hard to get the appropriate weight that you're looking for, and make sure you rotate your feet side to side so you actually hit both the in and outer head of your muscles. Now, if one side in particular is tighter than the others, or if you need more weight, you simply cross your leg over the other one, and it gives you a little bit of extra weight, so it helps really get in those nice little tender spots. Now, the goal for this is as you roll over it, when you find a really tender spot, you want to concentrate on that and roll it until it goes away. Not that until it becomes completely not painful, because that's probably not going to happen, but if it's a really, really aggravated little spot, you want to spend some time on it and just kind of massage it out until it releases a little bit. So moving up, we're going to start going into your hamstrings. So for this, all you do is you roll yourself further down or move around on this. And again, you go the inner and the outer heads, you find where the muscle is tender, and you roll back and forth across it until the pain goes away. So that takes care of the back side of your legs. We're going to pop up real fast to make sure that we hit your glutes just a little bit, because these are two very large muscles. The glute is actually the single largest muscle we got in the body. So you can roll on it evenly, roll side to side, and if you're having a couple of really tender spots in here, this is a little trick. Like there's some really, really fine little spots that connect all of the muscle tissue together. I want you to take your left leg, cross it over your right, and put all your weight on your right butt cheek, and then roll back and forth. By doing that, it actually stretches the muscle out and lets you hit some of the deeper spots on here. So try doing this on both sides as you go along. It'll really help. We're going to transition over to the front side of our legs, but this does mean spending a little bit of time on the sides. Chronic pain spots for most people are going to manifest in your knees, and it's not because your quads are really, really tight, it's because your iliotibial band, the muscle tissue that connects from your hip all the way down to the side and wraps around your kneecap or your patella, that's what gets tight, because as you come down, you have to stabilize your knees. That's what these muscles are for. So we're going to hit the side of our legs on this one. Now this one, guaranteed, is going to be rough. This is going to hurt. So it doesn't matter whether you do this often or not. If you do anything that really involves your legs, this is going to be a really challenging spot, and you want to spend some serious time here. So roll all the way up to your hip and all the way down to your kneecap. Guaranteed, you're going to find a couple of spots in here that are far less than comfortable. When you find one, live right there. 30 seconds to a minute, just gently rolling back and forth, putting more and more pressure into it as you go along until that spot actually releases a little bit. So we're going to hit the other side last. We're going to transition onto our quads right now. So keep rolling over, buddy. There we go. Quads work exactly the same way, except there's a few more muscles. Quad means there's 4. So you're just going to rock back and forth, rolling until you release. And again, make sure that you slide side to side. You tilt your hips so you can hit all the different facets of it. You've got ones that run on the outside, all the way down to the inside, and then a couple of really tender ones that go all the way up here to your hip. Again, if you feel like you need more pressure on these or something, you can cross your legs or stack your legs a little bit, and it'll help push a little bit more pressure into those muscles. And if this is your first time doing it, you probably won't have to do that. It's going to be kind of rough. But the goal of this is to find the painful spots and just kind of live there until they go away some. So one of the other small muscle groups that's commonly neglected, if you hit the muscles on the back of your calves, you need to hit the ones on the front. This is your anterior tibialis, or if anybody has ever experienced anything similar to shin splints, you walk a lot, you're going up and down hills, and the front of your shins just kill you, this is why. So this is going to be fun. He's almost going to get into a kneeling position. Keep your toes off the ground, and then roll back and forth. And again, rotate side to side. This isn't directly on your shin bone, it's just a little bit to the outside on either side. So if you do a lot of walking, or if you're more new to the gym, you're going to be using these muscles a lot, and guaranteed you're going to feel some pain. So this is going to be an area that you make sure you want to hit. Don't neglect it, or it will come back to bite you in the booty later. So we're going to roll over and we're going to hit that other side of the IT band real fast just to even things up. But again, it's usually just a smooth rolling motion starting from the back of your legs to the front of your legs. And as you'll see, he's rocking side to side, finding those tender spots and where it wraps around his leg. If you find a tender spot, live on it and make it go away. Now, flip back onto your butt and sit back on this for me. We're going to start working up your posterior chain. We've already hit your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes. Now, scooch it on back some, and we're going to hit low back, and we're going to start to work on the muscles that run up your spine and then up into your traps and your scapula. So roll back and forth from the base of your butt all the way up to the base of your shoulder blades, and just seesaw back and forth through here. So there's two huge muscles that run along either side of your spine right here. And most people who experience chronic low back pain, these are going to be very, very tight. So this is going to be an area you want to live. Be careful on this one because it does put your spine at a bit of a compromised angle. So while you're down here, make sure that you keep your abdominals tight, not so like you're trying to do a sit-up on it or something, but you want to make sure that you keep it tight. And it runs on either side of your spine, so kind of rock a little bit side to side, find spots that are tender and make them go away. As we progress up, hitting the muscles around your scapula or your shoulder blades are a little bit more challenging. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. To be able to pull your scapula away from your spine, one of my favorite ways, cross your arms. Reach nice and far across, big reach. This is gonna separate your shoulder blades, and you're gonna be able to get to some of those more tender muscles. This is gonna lead into the base of your traps. Your traps are the giant muscles that sit on top of your necks, or your neck, but they have a big diamond shape and they come all the way down. As you pull your shoulder blades away, you're gonna be able to really get to those spots. And again, rocking back and forth just so you're not rolling back and forth on your spine. So, smooth and easy on this one. You wanna roll right up, maybe to the base of your neck or something like that. Nothing too crazy, and don't put a ton of pressure in the back of your neck, of course. So, rocking back and forth on here is gonna take care of the majority of the large muscles in your back. One of the other ones is gonna be your lats, or the muscles that run under the side right here. Again, rolling back and forth as we go along. Now, bring this arm down, reach this arm up, and now roll that way for me. This one's gonna be fun, because this is a muscle group that's big and everybody uses it, and it runs almost all the way down to your waist and all the way up to your armpit. So you wanna spend some time here. Otherwise, this will lead to tightening of the muscles, and it can manifest itself as pain not only in your shoulder, but even so far down as to your elbow and into your wrist, because everything is connected through here. So if you spend some time on these muscles, guaranteed it's gonna loosen up and it's gonna make your world a whole lot better. So, you're gonna roll back and forth on this one, find some tender spots, make them go away. Now, a little bit more difficult one that we're gonna touch on real quick is your chest. It's an odder muscle group to hit. It's something that we use all the time, especially dudes, and we wanna be able to stretch that out. Now, there's a couple of different ways we can do this one. This is gonna be some fun. So I want you to take that and I want you to pull it down around so you're rolling sideways on it. Yeah. So, all he's doing is he's gonna run along the way the muscle inserts. So he's got his hand down to stabilize some. This one is just pushing pressure down in here, and all he's gonna do is rock back and forth. This is gonna go into your front delt right where your shoulder hits, that insertion for the big meaty pec. And he's gonna roll back and forth all the way into that insertion point in the middle of your sternum as well. Make sure you spend some time in here, move your arm up and down if you need to, rotate around, just have fun moving through the range of motion. The first couple of times you try this, it's gonna suck, so get ready for that. As you get better, and if you do this on a regular basis, it'll start to become something you enjoy because it will release that pain and the pressure in your muscles, and you'll feel better, not only throughout the rest of the day, but into your workout, you'll have better performance and you'll get a lot stronger. So for the most part, these are the major muscles that we're gonna be hitting on here. There's a few other ones. Show them how to hit your forearms real fast. So flip it sideways for me. Let's go outside of your forearms first. So he's keeping most of his pressure in his knees, but these are muscles that are used a lot, so just roll back and forth on this. And then a little bit weirder one to hit, I want you to brace your left hand down on the ground, flip that right one in, and really focus on hitting that inner part of your forearm right here. Anybody who has a desk job or where you computer a lot, these are muscles that you really want to pay some attention to, just because this will manifest itself as pain all the way down into your fingers and up into your arms. So he's going to spend a little bit of time just living back and forth through here, rotating his arm around and finding those tender spots. Just make sure you do this evenly, not just on your dominant hand. or any side that hurts. Even if it doesn't hurt, doesn't mean that you should ignore it or that it works perfectly. Live on this for a little while. Go slow your first couple of times until you really learn where your tender spots are, because they say everybody is different, and it's true. Every single body is built different than another, and we use them differently. So make sure you spread the love around here, find those painful spots, roll them out until they become less painful. Just go to the edge of what you can tolerate, and each time go a little bit further, and if you do it often enough, most of your chronic pain should go away. But of course, this is coupled with proper diet and exercise, so have some fun with that one. But guys, this has just been a basic instruction on how to use your foam roller. We have tons of these at the gym. You can get them at like any sporting goods store. I've even seen them at like the $5 stores, kind of stuff like that. You can find them super cheap. This is a really good one to have with you at any time. You can travel with it, anything like that. But this is one of the best rehab tools you can get. So guys, get out there, stay swole, and stay flexy. See y'all.